Hey guys, this episode we're going to be doing some advanced configuration in the Whenever gem to monitor cron jobs. So Whenever is awesome. It's a little Ruby script that basically generates cron jobs and the cron syntax for us. So we have the ability in our schedule.rb file to say every 3 hours or 1 day or 1 month, whatever we want, and it will generate the cron syntax from that. And we can also use some of these shortcuts to say, let's run a rake task, let's run a runner from Rails. All that kind of stuff is wired up behind the scenes. And we can use this and customize it in order to do monitoring for our cron jobs, which is something we often will want to have. There's a cool little utility from AppSignal called AppSignal Wrap that you can use to run a command, and it will capture the output and the exit codes, so you can tell if that command was successful, when it ran, and capture the logs from it. So we can wrap our cron jobs with this using Whenever. So let's dive in. Let's go to our terminal. I've SSH'd into a little Ubuntu virtual machine I've got here. We're logged in as root, so we're going to install AppSignal Wrap there, and then we're going to become the deploy user where we will do our setup here. So I'm going to source bashrc to load our environment, and we should have Ruby 4.0.2, the latest version, and we're going to gem install Whenever. And Whenever is going to give us a wheneverize command where we can call wheneverize dot. This will give us config schedule.rb, and then we can write our own rake tasks in here. So we're going to do a very simple one. We'll say every 1.minute we want to run a command that prints out the current working directory. That's as simple as it can be. And when we save this, we can run Whenever. It's going to print out the generated command, which you'll see is wrapped with bin bash -l-c. -l is a flag saying this is a login shell. So when we open up the bash shell, we're going to load the bash profile, which will also load typically like your bashrc, but it might add things like your environment variables. And you can drop in your AppSignal app push API key as an environment variable in that bash profile and export that so that your cron jobs will have access to it. And then, of course, -c says just run this command. So that is what it's going to generate, but we need to actually change this so we can use this AppSignal Wrap utility instead. So let's go back to our file here, and let's create a new job type. So command is a built-in job type, but we could call one like wrap and give it a command. So with this, we could say AppSignal wrap, and the name option that we'd pass into the command. So we'll say name pwd. We'll need a --cron flag, and then we can do -- and then run the task and set the output as well. So if you ever go up here and uncomment this and set the output to a specific file location, that is where the output of your command will be located. Task is actually a variable that represents the command that you pass, or the task that you pass into the command helper. And then this is going to be used like so. So we'll say wrap and pwd. So we've basically replaced the built-in command function or job type with our own wrap one that wraps with AppSignal Wrap. And as long as that environment variable with our API key is set up, this will work great. Another thing we can do for testing is we can set output to, say, our home deploy cron.log file in that directory. And so we could always poke around at this and make sure it's loading our environment variable. But now if we run Whenever, we'll see this is running bin bash lc like normal, but inside it's going to run AppSignal Wrap with the name of pwd, the cron flag, so it reports as a check-in. And then this says everything after this will be the command and its options. So pwd will run with the output of standard out and standard error being written to home deploy cron.log. Perfect. So what we can do now is we can say whenever update cron tab, and this is going to then write to the cron tab. Then we can go into AppSignal and create a check-in with a matching name. So we'll say pwd. Our schedule is in cron syntax, so we want it to run every minute, just like we decided in our example in the schedule.rb, and we can create our check-in here. So this is going to then basically look for every minute check-in from AppSignal wrap or from their API or whatever. You could use curl to send notifications over. You could use the libraries to do that too. We're going to use AppSignal wrap to do this. Then also, when this is running, we should see in the log section on AppSignal that the output of this command, pwd, if you're not familiar, just writes the current working directory, prints the working directory is probably what it stands for, pwd. So we should see that output here in the logs as well. And that's what I've already done in the past with some testing. But let's refresh this and we'll see that the first check-in here was a success, which is good. And if we refresh our logs, we'll see at 15:12 the same time that it was also successful. So that's great. So basically, the logs are being captured. We are using the command to send a message to AppSignal saying this is started. We're also sending a command over to their API that says this is finished at this time. And it keeps track of that. And if this varies, for example, you might be like doing something with the database or loading something from a network. Things can take various amounts of times, and you can have a notifier that says, hey, if this ever takes more than a minute, notify us and let us know that something went wrong and we should look into it. So that is all we have to do to enable AppSignal wrap as a custom job type for whenever. Now this is fine, but what if we want to also support command and we want to have AppSignal wrap work for the Rails runner and the rake task examples as well? Well, instead of doing this as a custom job type, we can use job template and override that instead. So we'll say set job template, and this becomes a string where, very similarly to how it is built in, which I will show you, we'll go to lib whenever setup.rb. There's some stuff in here that sets the environment variable Rails env. If that is not set, then it will set it or default it to production. It sets a path variable as well, some options for chronic for parsing your cron job syntax. And then here we find the job template. So this is really what we want to customize. So here we can do a couple different things. We could rely on setting the AppSignal wrap API key in the cron tab itself, or we can use it the same way we kind of defined up here where we have AppSignal wrap name -- cron -- job. So rather than having to define the task and the output, that's already defined by these shortcuts, the job types themselves. So now we can set this up to just have the job passed in. What will work nicely about this is we're going to load the bash login shell. So in your bash profile, when you set your AppSignal API key, it's going to make that accessible. So we don't actually have to put it in your cron tab itself. So this is going to work nicely, and we can then run whenever to see the output of that. First, we'll see that it is going to run bin bash lc, just like we had before, name, cron flag, and then the rest of our job. And if we want to, test and see something like a rake example or a runner example, user.delete all. That'll be a fun one. Don't do that every minute. This is going to then print out those full commands, but they get added after the double hyphen here. So we see script runner or Rails end production rake example -- silent and the output flags. So let's get rid of those terrible examples and then run whenever update cron tab. And we just want to confirm back in AppSignal that the new updates for this are going to work correctly. So this was, if we say cron tab -l, one of the cool things about this is it adds these comments, and it includes, this is the identifier. The identifier defaults to the location of your cron schedule. But you can also give it a name to make it a bit more descriptive if you have multiple of these. Then also it shows you the exact timestamp. So we ran this at 15:18:51. So the next time this would actually check in is at 19. And it was also a success. So that is good. We know that the new version of this is also working. So it started at 19:01, finished at 19:01 as well. Because it runs super fast. It's not really doing any actual work, but that would be the next time that this would actually run. So we'll see that here as well in our logs, 15:19:01.739. Awesome. So this is a really handy little piece of functionality. You could use this with any other tools that allow you to check in, to monitor cron jobs or whatever, and all you have to do is customize either the job template, which will apply to every single different job type that you have, or you can have ones that specifically implement that functionality. And you could also add, if you wanted to do this version of it, you could say job type runner or rake, and you can have wrap rake as your example. So you would have AppSignal wrap, and then you would do the regular rake task stuff here at the end, and you could set the bundle command and all that if you wanted to do the custom stuff. But really, I think I'm going to want to monitor every single cron job in this application, so it makes more sense to have the job template set rather than building out our own custom job types. But this is some of the cool stuff that you can do with Whenever that you may have never touched before, and having your tooling around that so that this is now built in. You've probably already got the AppSignal library, running in your application, collecting errors and things like that. So now you have this as well for your cron jobs, which I think is really convenient and helpful to have. So that is it for this episode. I really, really love Whenever. There's so much cool stuff. And it is a very straightforward library. And it's just one of those things I aspire to build, these cool little tools that are very flexible, yet well designed. So you can extend them and do custom things as needed, like you see here. But it also is very small and concise and does exactly what you need it to do and nothing else. So yeah, that is it. That's how you can configure your own custom Whenever cron job formats.